Good morning, traders. It's Tuesday, January 20th, 9:01 a.m. Eastern Time. So looking back at Friday's session real quick, really just a balanced profile, very tight range, not a lot going on. It was OPEX. As we, look at what we did, we kind of, pushed lower in the NASDAQ and the ES and just kind of just, you know, did a whole lot of nothing. For the week, still, in my opinion, the only real big news that's scheduled is President Trump's State of the Union tomorrow night at 8:30. Oh, I don't know what I'm talking about. I thought it was. I don't know. We'll see. But long story short, we've got the liquidation break. Right? If you draw an uptrend on all of these highs, right? And then through all these lows, we've, busted through that uptrend channel now in this, 2 days overnight session, if you will. So what I'm looking at is we have untested points of control down at 67.90, at 68, 28.75. Uh, then we have one that we're jumping over. So if the bears are going to hold this down, right, we're not going to trade this 6,900 quarter today. That's going to be your pivot point for the upside. Uh, and then we'll see, what we get out of that. And then uh, you have to go back to uh, 69.44, and then remember we're up, basically around 70.10 before, and I don't think I marked the point of control from Friday's session, but we'll see that here in just a minute. But as we look at this, remember we've talked about being in this long, drawn-out pattern for quite some time, right? So this is the first true break uh, or play out of that pattern, and we'll have to see. So you can see that we've got, a pullback here, a pullback here, a pullback here. If this is all we get, right, this is a low, a higher low, another higher low, and we'll have to see. And if you draw just from and Jackal, I'll be interested to see what he's looking at. But if you draw from November 21st to this swing high, right, basically traded around the 50, a little bit below it in the NASDAQ. Only got so far to the 38.2 on the ES here. And then not a lot going on in the cash market. If you go down to the bottom of the sheet, we're still looking between 6,900 to 7,000. We would be opening up below 6,900 if we open up where we're at right now. And then what I'm really watching is the SPY. If we go down to the bottom of the sheet, 680 is the put wall. You can see there's a lot though at 675, a lot at 670, but uh, basically right now the put wall is 680. In the overnight session, we've come down to 679. So we, breached that a little bit. We are currently trading 681. So I'm curious to see if this 680 uh, is the floor for the bell session today. Uh, so that's to me, that's going to be your pivot point. Of course, we could just oscillate around it, frustrate traders as things go on. But in my opinion, we're potentially closer to the bottom of the action, right? So I think you've got basically if you're long, you got, maybe 10 points of ES risk to the downside or a little bit more, 20 to test that overnight low. And then to the upside, if you're short, 700 is, where it would be. I don't think we're trading 700 today. That would be, 300 points higher on the ES than we're currently trading. I don't see that happening today, but we could definitely see somewhere between 687 and 690 from where we are. That'd be 60, 70 points higher. And you can see for the week, there's a lot of gamma at 683 and 685. Again, we're trading 681 right now, so that'd be 20 points up, then 40 points up. And 685 probably be your inflection point to the upside or a test today. I'd like to see what kind of response we get if we trade up there. And then, so what I'm looking at in the morning, we'll probably trade between 680 to 683 to 685 will probably be, around where we range. I expect a little bit more volatility. The VIX does expire and roll over tomorrow. So today is the last day to do that. So we could get some, uh, a lot of convexity is going to be in the VIX today. So as the VIX either goes up or down, the volatility in the market should really go. Uh, so keep that in mind that there's going to be convexity in the VIX today, especially with this gap down that we're going to have. Looking at the Qs, 615 should be the floor, right? But we currently have traded 607 in the overnight session. We're currently trading 610. So we are below fair value, in my opinion, on the Qs. Uh, so my guess is we at least test fair value, and you can see we can get down to 600 would be the put wall for the Qs. That would be another 400 points lower for the NASDAQ on the NQs than we're currently trading. But we got to get through, you know, not hold that. So 615 is your inflection point to the upside, which would be around 205 points higher than we're currently trading on the NQ. So that would put you around 25,000. Let's just call it uh, 440 for the sake of argument at this point in time. I'll get some better numbers once everything opens up in the morning here. Uh, Looking at where we're at with value, we're very low below everything at this point in time, right? So value, if you pinch these charts, is well above us because of this gap down. I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. And if you look at the auction that we're in basically goes down to 24,500, and then we're right at the edge. This 68, 67 area is a break in the auction between there uh, up to 69.77, and then down below you can go all the way down to 67.40 to 67. 78 probably would be where it is. So we're right on this inflection point. So far, we've had a look into that auction that's just below us, and it failed, right? As a look below and fail. So we'll see if you take out those overnight lows, you could really start screaming down just to get some satisfaction and some fills where these bears got left behind. And these signal prints go back to basically November 25th of last year is where you're at for those. So, there's bears stuck below there from that long of in time. So we'll see how that goes. Uh, and again, I'm just really looking to see basically this morning if 680 holds in and around. Remember, this overnight low is 679. So that would be around 12 points on the ES lower than we're currently trading, so that'd be around 58, 68, 58 is what you would be looking at. And then to test the overnight low, you're down at 47, 48, right around there, 68, 47, 48 is what I'm looking at. So as we go down here, I think the if you're short, I would kind of flatten out or trim out going into the bell. I would not hold runners here. If nothing, if you really are hard pressed to hold runners, I would at least trail down your stop and just take it till you get stopped out. If the market does move down on the open, just keep trailing it down until you get stopped out. I wouldn't be too greedy here to the downside because I think you're going to have a hard time pressing past 680. But remember, you got the convexity in the VIX today, so watch that as it goes up and down. We are trading on a 5-day high for the VIX right now, right at on the futures right at 20 in the overnight. I hope this helps you guys have a great day. We'll see what Jack's looking at next, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.